Hey guys, what is up? My name is Kaylee. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am coming at you with my April book haul in which I hauled 11 books. First up on the docket, we will go over the pre-orders that I placed, and my very first one is The Devouring Grey by Christine Lynn Herman. This is a fantasy contemporary about a girl that goes back to her mother's hometown with her mother and finds out that the town has this forest wherein this entity lies, and this entity kills people, and she is part of a founding family of which there are multiple that are set to keep the rest of the town safe, and it's kind of about her finding that out and dealing with that, and also dealing with being a teenager and having, you know, friends in a new town. I've already read this book, so if you watched my wrap-up, you already know my feelings about it, but staying strong with my pre-orders and reading them thing until you get to the next pre-order, which I did not read yet. My next pre-order is Wicked Saints by Emily A. Duncan. This I didn't read just because it didn't fit into my owl prompts, and I wanted to read it at the end of the owls, but that gave me 3 days, and I started it a little bit, but now it's Asian readathon time, and I just am not going to read it this month because there are no Asian characters in this. It is pretty, like, I want to say Russian folk lore. So far it reminds me a little bit of Bear and the Nightingale, and it's got kind of a writing style of like City of Brass, so I'm enjoying what I'm reading so far, but it'll be a while before I pick it back up again. It's about magic and a girl who can speak to the gods in her head. She can call on them for the various things that she needs, and because of that she is hunted. That's about all I can say. I really do want to get into this ASAP in June though. Next up on my list, I've got a couple of Victoria Schwab's middle grades, and that is City of Ghosts by Victoria Schwab, which I've already read, but I picked up at Half Price Books when I went in to take my last unhaul in for credit, and they had this, so I snagged it. And then I also ordered The Near Witch, which was her first published, and what's the word when it went out of print, and they republished it. And this is the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition, and I really liked this mustard color. So once Barnes & Noble exclusive goes out, they don't make it anymore, so I grabbed it. I'm sure it'll be a fast read, and I was going to read it for the owls, but everything went all haywire, and I ended up reading Nevernight instead. Or God's Grave, technically, because it was plant on the cover. It's about like a witch and a boy that disappears, and I would assume her finding out who this boy is and what his story is. I don't know much about it. I'm sure it won't be a favorite because middle grade again is not my thing, but I want to have everything V.E. Schwab writes, so there we go, 2 V.E. Schwab books. Next up, Barnes & Noble had a deal online, I can't remember what it was, but I got The Kingdom of Copper by S.A. Chakraborty. The City of Brass, which is the prequel to this right here, is one of my favorite books of the year so far, so I really am looking forward to getting to this. God knows when I will, but I absolutely love the covers. Both the UK and the American covers are really great, which usually I prefer the UK covers, so glad to have this in my collection. Hope to get to it relatively soon, definitely this summer. I don't know, I always make promises I can't keep. Obviously it's a sequel, I won't go into it very much, but it is basically a Arabian Nights retelling in the first, and we move on and follow the characters into the next one. It'll be a trilogy, and I believe the next one comes out early 2020. So next on the list, I'm not going to pull them out because they're big and heavy and clunky, but I will be meeting Jay Kristoff, and at the point of this video it is since passed I met Jay Kristoff, but I got the Illuminae files, so Illuminae, Gemina, and Obsidio. I wanted to have them in order for him to sign them when I meet him. I've already read the series, I absolutely love it. Aiden is one of my favorite characters that exists in current modern writing. Obviously it's a sci-fi trilogy that happens on a space voyage situation and like a rogue AI. I think everybody has read the Illuminae files at this point, but now I have them. I also grabbed The Wind-Up Bird Chronicles by Haruki Murakami. This is a story about a man who is searching for his cat's missing, or wow, his cat's missing wife. His wife's missing cat, and then ends up having to search for her too. That's the synopsis, but who knows what the story is actually going to be about. This went on like a quick little deal on Amazon and I snatched it up for the Asian readathon that's happening this month. And the next two and final two books that I hauled in April were books that I picked up also at Half Price Books. I went and walked around with my son. He picked out a book, Darth Vader and the Princess, you know, like the little Darth Vader series for kids. I picked out a couple books, and the other two that I got were The Knife of Never Letting Go by Patrick Ness. I saw Cody at Cody's Book Corner talk about this during her Owls readathon, and she enjoyed it, so when I saw it, I figured I'd give it a shot. It's basically about a man with a secret on a run. That's the quickest synopsis I can give you. I also picked up The Sisters of the Winter Wood by Rena Rossner. This is a book that I had my eye on before it published. I requested a NetGalley ARC and got denied, but I did really want to read it, and I don't see a lot of talk about it on Booktube, but it's still quite expensive to buy in-store and even on Amazon, so when I saw a relatively inexpensive copy, hardcover, at Half Price Books, I snatched it up. It's a story of sisters that find out that they have some kind of magical heritage. I don't know much more than that. I haven't seen a whole lot of talk of it, as I said, but it's one that I had my eye on, so I snatched it up. So that is it for me, guys. That is, well, I should say, I skipped Book of the Month Club this month in favor of buying the Illuminae files. The prices kind of lined up, so I went ahead and just skipped to May, just so you guys know, because I did just join in March, so where'd the April book go? Skipped it. Alright, that's it. Go ahead and like if you like this video, subscribe if you are new here and want to see more content from me. All of my social media links will be down below. I hope you guys are having a great May, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!